Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. This is Optibotimus coming with another video review. And today, thanks to the folks at the Transformers Collector Club, we're going to be taking an early look at their 2016 Club Incentive figure, that being RAMJET. As you can see, basically what you have is a repaint with a new head of the Hasbro Deluxe class Armada Starscream. But this guy looks really very cool. The color on here just absolutely pops and is super vibrant. Now, as this is an early look at the figure, I didn't get the tech specs or anything like that. That's all going to be left for you guys to discover. But if you got the recent Transformer Collector Club magazine, you got a really cool image here. I absolutely love the way that looks. And then the comic book on the inside actually does help to introduce him here. So the story kind of carries on, and then also on the back here, you also have a very nice extended bio on him. It says he's a harbinger of chaos, and he was reformatted and made stronger and more powerful by Unicron himself. So you're going to get all those extra details when you get your figure, but this is just showing you what it basically looks like. And again, like I said, it is just a repaint. It does have a new head, but the colors on here just are absolutely gorgeous. I love what they did with the coloring here for the weapons, made it a kind of smoky clear color. That looks really very cool. He also does come with all of his weapons and his accessories, like his swords and things like that. So you do get all those features and everything. So just in general, really very cool. I love the blue and the white on here, the red. Honestly, it kind of comes across as being an Autobot with the colors, but just so really very cool. Now, as I said, this is the incentive figure that is available if you're signed up for the Transformer Collector Club by March 16th, so there's not much time left. So if you like the way that this looks, you have a couple days as of right now to be able to still get this. And honestly, for the $42 I think it is to sign up for the club, you get this figure as well. And as all the other discounts on any other figures, you get $100 off of the BotCon package. If you go to BotCon, you get the bi-monthly magazine. So I do think that $42 is worth it if you like what they offer, and I think that this does look really cool. Now, they are going to be repainting this as well to create a Skywarp figure, which also does look really good. And they kind of go hand in hand. But like I said, if you want to get this one as, part of that membership, you only have a few days left. But when you look at it, I'm really very impressed with how this came out. I mean, it's simple. It really, really is, but the colors just really do stand out and pop on this guy. Now, because we have seen the transformation several times, I'm not going to focus on it. We're going to go ahead and skip it, but if you do need help transforming it or anything like that, go ahead and check my playlist here on my channel, and you can find the review for the recent Armada Starscream that this figure is based off of. So using some movie magic, obviously, we're going to go from RAMJET looking like this to looking like this. And again, real cool looking. The colors just come through very nicely. As you can see, like I said, he does come with his sword weapons that are done in this kind of smoky clear color, which it's kind of obviously hard to see with my white background, but you can see that it does have a really nice clear look to it, which I really do dig. You come around here and they still peg on the back of the wings, just like that Starscream figure did. But the highlight on this guy is his head. And again, bringing in that magazine to kind of take a look, one thing that you're noticing is it's like there's an energy that's kind of making up the inside of his face. And that looks really very cool. And they kind of went with that as well here. And it does come across fairly nicely. One thing that I will say, you do have a little bit of a kind of paint smear on the side. Like I said, this is an early sample, so things should be cleared up on the final ones that are supposed to come out. I think it lists late spring, early summer as the delivery time for this. And that kind of makes sense because a lot of these figures come out, around the time of BotCon so that they can have some of these to sell at BotCon. So that is roughly the time frame that you're looking at. But that head sculpt really does look really very nice. They captured that kind of look they were going for, I think, very nicely. You got this really nice crest that comes out, really nice silver paint right up on there. there, but in general, very wicked and menacing looking face sculpt. I absolutely dig that. And that's where, the extra cost kind of comes from, in the fact that they give us this new head. You get this really nice, more premium deco kind of paint on the figure, and then that head sculpt just is what you're basically paying for. And I do think that, like I said, that $42 is worth it when it comes down to what you're getting. It's a good looking figure. You get the magazine, you get all that stuff, and I am quite happy with how this actually turned out, and I really can't wait to get mine. Unfortunately, I do have to send this one back to the club, but knowing what we're going to be getting, I'm really excited. And then again, these weapons, you can see they just fold up here, and then you can tab them in. Oh, let's see, it goes that way. You tab them in right along the back right there, just like that Starscream figure did. Honestly, I think that this looks better than Starscream. Like I said, the Starscream, I just, because I never really got into Armada, I didn't care too much about. This one really does kind of work for me. You do have that same gimmick where you can lift these up, and that actually looks really cool when you bring it up just like that. And then you got these little back sections here that you push these forward, and it does shoot the missiles out. That same gimmick is still here on both of those little rocket launchers, so you have that as an option as well. I'm really, really stoked about this guy. Like I said, unfortunately, I have to send it back, and I don't want to. I want to keep it. But I do know that they are going to be coming out pretty soon, so I can get over it. And then you just take that missile, stick that back in there, just like so. Do that on the other side as well. But really, overall, really very, very nice. Still full level of articulation. The head joint is on this nice ball socket here, so you get a full range of motion there. The shoulders do rotate. These little bits here do kind of get in the way, depending on how you have the wings positioned. If you kind of have them like that, it's a little bit easier. You can move it in and out. I really do love, and this is something that the Starscream mold had. You got those the sections that come up just like so, that kind of fill in that gap. I just think that's something that they didn't need to do, in terms of Hasbro, but I think it came across very nicely, and I really like that red on there. It just kind of breaks all that up. So you do have that. It rotates here at the upper part of the bicep, has a bend here at the elbow. The wrists just move in and out. They don't rotate, but it's still a full range of motion with that. The hips are on ball joints here, so you get a nice range of motion. They also rotate at the upper part of the thigh. Bend here at the knee. As part of the transformation, you get a really deep bend on them. And then the ankles can move forward and back, and then you can see that they're kind of positioned in a way where they're spread out already. So you get an ankle tilt, I guess, that's built into it. So all that same articulation is in the figure. Now, fortunately, I don't know what I did with that Armada Starscream. It probably went into storage because, like I said, I don't have a Armada display. But here's my extremely yellowed, but it shows up better on my camera, a Classics Ramjet. I gotta get a new one for these. Maybe when I go to BotCon, this will be one of the figures that I add to my list. But for size, that's what you're basically looking at here. So you can definitely see a difference in the coloring and how it kind of departs that G1 look, but I still really love the color that they went with here. Like I said, it's very vibrant and it just pops. So really very happy with this guy and cannot wait to get my own. As I said, if you want to get it, you have a couple days. So it is still available to you, at least as of the recording of this video. So if you are interested in picking this guy up, I'll put a link down in the video description to go to the Transformer Collector Club. The cheapest way to go is the $42. You can get like first class shipping and you can get these earlier, or at least the magazines earlier. But I think that's like an extra $20 or something. So if you're a little bit more patient than me, that $42 I think is well worth it for this, as well as all the other incentive things that you get for signing up for the club. So yeah, there he is. As I said, you have until the 16th of March to pick him up. And again, I want to send a very special thanks to Pete from the Transformer Collector Club for making this review possible. But beyond that, guys, that's about it. So once again, I want to thank you for tuning in. This has been Optibotimus. Don't forget to please like, comment, and subscribe in case you haven't already subscribbled. And until next time, I'll talk to you later.